Okay, in your notebook for today, you're going to write on the top of your notebook adding decimals and today's date. Then you're going to, first, you need to cut out this bottom part. So the bottom part looks like this, and glue that down. And then you need to cut out the flaps and glue them down on top. So your I can statement is I can fluently add and subtract multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm. So let's go over our vocabulary for this week. Well, I guess for the next 2 weeks, because we're going to be practicing this then for all that time. Okay, so addition is our first one. Addition is putting numbers together to find the total sum. Highlight sum, total sum, because that's the answer to an addition problem, is the sum. So I have 2 plus 3 equals 5. So I'm putting these shapes together in one section. So 2 circles plus 3 triangles equals 5 shapes. Then subtraction, taking away taking one number away from another. So I had 6 and I took away 2 of them, and it equals 4. That's subtraction. Standard algorithm is a step-by-step solution to an addition or subtraction problem. So the standard algorithm is when I stack by place values and then I subtract or add them. Fluency, quickly and efficiently. So if I know 6 plus 4 is 10, I don't even have to think about it. When I see 6 plus 4, I know right away 10. 4 plus 4 is 8, 2 plus 3 is 5. So these are the ones that you know automatically. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. So that's what fluency is. And you might have heard about fluency in reading, because when you're able to read fluently, you read like how you're having a conversation. You don't have to pause and figure out any of the words. Okay, so that's the vocabulary. Here I'm going to open up all the flaps, so in case you need to pause this video to write down the illustration part. Okay, go ahead and close those carefully. Now we're going to talk about the steps for adding decimals. So here are the steps for adding decimals. So I wrote on my paper steps for adding decimals. Step 1, you first line up the decimals. So I wrote my decimal first, and then I put in my places, the digits in the correct place. So all the place values line up. That's extremely important, because you can't add tenths and ones together. That wouldn't make a correct addition problem. Step 2, add zeros as placeholders. So I took my problem that I wrote down. When I lined up the decimal in the places, I put in a 0 as a placeholder so that I know I'm doing 1 plus 0. And then step 3, add and bring down your decimal. So I started, when you're adding, you always start with the place on the right. So start here. Start here at the smallest place value. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 3 is 3. 6 plus 4 equals 10. So I put down my 0 and I carried my 1. So that's called carrying your tens. So I carried my tens to the next place, or regrouping. So you're regrouping it because you can't put 10 in one group. You have to put it over in the other group. So put down your 0, carried your 1. 5 plus 2 is, or plus 5 plus 2 plus the 1 that you carried is 8. Then I brought down my decimal in the same spot. Like I didn't move my decimal over here by my 8 or in between my 0 and my 3. I brought it straight down. So sometimes you have to carry your tens, also known as regrouping, when you're adding. Okay, so go ahead and pause that if you want to copy that down, if you didn't get all of it down. And then I'm going to turn my page. I'm going to talk about carrying your tens or regrouping. You guys have this page right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out these 4 rectangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you leave this rectangle on the top because that's where you're going to glue. So go ahead and pause this video and cut those out. Okay, now that you have those cut out, they look like this. You're going to start with step 3 first. Even though that sounds weird, you're going to start with step 3. So for step 3, we're going to glue this whole thing down. I'll line it up at the top here and right with my red line. Go ahead. So you glue that whole one down. Then you're going to go to step 2 and you're going to glue just the top, just like this. And you're placing it right over it. So it makes it like a flip book. And you want it nice and straight. So see how it makes it like a flip book? And then you're going to do step 1. Put the glue just on the top, just like that. And you're going to glue it down. And then the next one. Glue on the top. And glue it down. Okay, so it's like a flip book. See how you can flip the pieces up? Okay. So this is addition with regrouping, also known as carrying your tens. Okay, so I'm going to go over this with you. So adding with addition with regrouping, I'm going to flip this up just like this. Okay, add the ones. If there are 10 or more, you regroup it or you carry it. So I'm going to look just at my ones right here. Okay, 7 plus 9. What is 7 plus 9? It's 16. So I write down, let's see. So 7 plus 9 equals 16. I can't write 2 digits in one place value. So I just write down my 6 and I carry my tens. So I carry that 1 over to the next place because it's a group of 10. Okay. Now let's flip it over to the next one. Then you add your 10. So far I have this one. 7 plus 9 we said is 16. I carried my ones. Now I add my tens here. So 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. So I carry my ones. Because 1 plus 5 plus 4 equals 10. Okay, then I flip it to the next step. Well, I gotta add. Oh, did that wrong. Should be red. Okay, so 7 plus 9 is 16. Carried my ones, or my tens. Then 1 plus 5 plus 4 is 10. Carried my tens over there. Now, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. Okay? And then you keep going until you run out of digits. So this is what it looks like all together. So I had 257 plus 349. So the first part, I did 7 plus 9, that was 16, carried my 1, or my 10s, and it was the digit 1. Then I did 1 plus 5 plus 4 equals 10, carried my 10s. Then I did 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. So that's how you regroup or carry your 10s. So the next slide, I'm going to give you some to practice, and then we will go over them tomorrow.